Hi everyone, I'm Cara and welcome to my channel. I am so excited about today's video. So recently when I was up in my mum's loft, I found an old doll's house. It's a doll's house that was made by my papa for my mum on her 3rd or 4th Christmas. He was a joiner, so it has been so well made. It was actually then passed down to me as a child and I played with it when I was much younger. I also was allowed to decorate it when I was around 7 or 8. So it's in a pretty crazy state. It's also showing its age a little bit, so the doors and windows and things like that are coming off of it. But Ben is going to turn 2 in a few weeks and we are going to revamp this and upcycle it and turn it into a farmhouse, and that is going to be his 2nd birthday gift from us. So we're going to take you on this upcycling journey and I am so excited to get started. So this is what it looks like at the moment before we start doing anything to it. We have this kind of big roof which goes on the top of it. In the upstairs we have a few bedrooms. You can see I really liked pink. I've actually already taken the flooring out. Some of the windows and doors, well actually this whole door has fallen off the front and you can see some of the windows have already come out of it. Then we have a little downstairs area. It goes pretty far back, the little stairs there, and then this is the area that we're going to turn into a barn for Ben's animals. And the first thing that I'm going to do is take out the old windows. The nails are pretty old and don't have heads anymore, so Thomas is trying pretty hard to loosen them up and then get them out with a pair of pliers, but it is definitely not the easiest job. I am currently trying to strip this little room of wallpaper and also pull out the kind of carpet underlay.
So the plan for the windows is to just put these little crosses in instead of the plastic and plexiglass old ones and leave them open.
As you can see, the wallpaper is just not coming off. I'm not sure what it was glued on with initially, so I'm going to take an alternative approach and try sanding it. Oh my god. That's so freaking hard.
I've been doing it for like 5 seconds.
What?
Been doing it for like 5 seconds.
I know, it doesn't mean it's not hard. You can even see the original pattern.
Yeah. Yeah, can I have it for a second? So we've also decided to take out part of the floor here, just to have a little bit more space to play with in the barn and for the animals. But we're leaving this part up here for hay bales and a ladder, and otherwise we also don't know what to do with this door here. And then coming, of course, oh, this is terrible.
And this, everyone, is my husband's version of problem solving.
It's just so freaking annoying! How does one like cut in a straight thingy if you can't get in? All good at the end.
Yeah, we're getting there, we're getting there. And so today our plan is to get it ready so that it can have a coat of white paint all over.
Cara's now giving it a final clean before we start painting it. Wallpaper came off mostly, but not completely, but we're beyond the point of caring right now and just want to get on with it.
And my super lovely best friend just brought us some delicious buns for some hard work sustenance.
Shout out to Justin.
So we finished kind of giving it the first coat of gloss, but I think it's safe to say it's going to need a few more coats. So we actually found that we have some laminate flooring left from our house, so Thomas is going to cut some for our kitchen. We're making progress, but it is so cold. My hands are like frozen in this position.
So I've just finished all the window frames. They're just being glued together now, and then they can be glued into the windows.
So we actually put these in now thinking that we wanted to paint them white. I think they look really good in the wood, so we're probably going to actually paint the third coat and then put them in. We're on coat 3 of the paint, but it is an absolute nightmare to paint back at the very back of this.
How many coats do you think it's going to take?
At least 4. It's the never-ending house paint, especially inside where the room was blue, for example. It is definitely going to need another coat. So this is the painting 6 coats of gloss later. Thomas has just measured out the flooring for this room and cut it to size. We're just going to glue that down today and seal it around the edges. I've also cut out this part of the flooring here from some of the kind of like table cover stuff that we just got from the range, and I'm going to cut it out and measure it up here today. And then this is an old bit of tile from my mum's kitchen that is now to size as well. And today we're going to be working on carpets for the upstairs hall and the downstairs hall as well. As well as on the doors, the windows are all also now in the house.
We've also decided to make some shutters for the bigger windows, so we're just going to use that thin MDF board, and I'm going to cut them to size, and Kara's probably going to paint them blue.
So cutting the carpet for the hall has been an absolute nightmare. There are just so many little bits and holes and doorways. So what I've done is measured it and made this little bit of paper. As you can see, I've had to like glue bits onto it and things like that. So now I'm going to draw around this on the carpet, and then hopefully the carpet should slot in perfectly. Yay! It fits! So Thomas is making the little shutters, which are going to go on the outside of the windows. And you can tell we have all the professional equipment we need, with 2 bags of grout as weights. I can't find better scissors to do this that are sharp enough, and this little pair are making my hand so sore. I'm now just sealing round the outside of the bathroom. We are pretty happy with it so far. So I'm just making a ladder to go up to the kind of hay area. Thomas has cut me 2 strips of wood, and I've got some lollipop sticks which I've cut and sanded. I'm just going to sand these 2, and then we are going to glue it together, something like this. And then I'm going to paint it. These are our little window boxes, and I'm just putting them together with some lollipop sticks and a glue gun. So I'm now making little window boxes that look like these to go in front of the windows. Super easy to make. So I've just got some brown plasticine. I've taken the brown colour out of about 8 sets of plasticine that came from B&M. The other plasticine I'm sure will be used for something else, but I'm just putting them in little balls and sticking them in. This is what we're doing with the windows. It's super cute. I'm really pleased with it, and I'm going to show you how. I'm now just making some hay bales for our farm using some wooden building blocks, some of this kind of florist raffia, and some string. And then we have our DIY homemade hay bale.
This is the last door and the last shutter, which means after this there's only 6 more tiny wee screws to go to put the whole door onto the actual house. and that will me never be touching a tiny screw again.
This is so crazily hard to do, and it's now or never because tomorrow it's Ben's birthday party.
Ah!
Yay!
No more screws!
Today is Ben's second birthday party and we're going to be giving him the house that we made for him. I'm just going to set it up in the garden and then I can't wait to see his reaction when he actually gets to open it. So we're wrapped.
To be on the hay.
On the hay bales.
Happy birthday to you! Hooray! Hey! Hey!
Ben was so excited to see the house and has really played with it loads, so I genuinely think it was a perfect birthday gift for him. It also made my gran quite emotional when she saw that we'd named the farm after my papa, John Kerr Farm, and she was so happy to see that it was actually going to be used and played with again by another generation of our family. Hopefully it also means that Ben will now pass it on to his children and it'll become a little bit of a family heirloom. Thank you so much for watching today's video and I hope that you'll join me again soon. Bye bye!